we entered this trade on GBP AUD last night at around 12 a.m., I do believe. No, 10. So at 11. And it was a very simple break and retest of the previous higher high structure. Now, it's also, a very just simple, nice trade. We create a higher high over here, consolidation. We see a little higher high structure form here, push up, create that new higher high, and then we come back for that retest. We flip to the 1H and we push bullish. Okay. So I entered on, first of all, the new higher high being made. Then we look to the 1H and we see we also have a little higher low structure which is formed here. So high low with multiple wick rejections and a nice big engulfing candle. Okay, nothing special whatsoever, but it's looking pretty good. And hopefully we can see price. Let me just flip back to the 4H. Hopefully we can see price break above this key level over here. And one thing I've actually incorporated into my strategy a bit more is identifying key levels as well as key structures. Okay. So what I mean by that is key structures are, structures of the recent price movement. So what I mean by that is essentially just higher highs and higher lows. Okay. So I used to literally only just trade off of these higher high structures. Okay. But recently I've incorporated a bit also, I guess you could say, of using key levels. Now, if we can zoom out a bit here, we can also see that I entered this trade from a key level as well. Okay, so you can see if we flip to the line chart, this area in the market right here has lots of points of interest. And what that means is that, we are sort of respecting or rejecting this level in the market multiple times. So essentially, it's just a support or resistance zone. And, in the past, I completely disregarded these, but I found that it does help to really, take note of these. And what it means is that when we break above this level, not only are we breaking above a key level in the market or a resistance level in the market, but we're also breaking above the previous structure, which is this previous higher high structure right over here. Okay, so the odds are more in my favor, I guess you could say. We see a big bullish 4H close above structure, also above the resistance or the key level, see a retest and then a rejection forming that higher low, and we anticipate a new higher high to be made. Okay, so it's just an added bit of evidence that price could potentially push up in my level. Obviously, it's not set in stone, but I think I was wrong before to completely disregard these. But yeah, we'll go through the rest of the pairs. So Aussie dollar is looking pretty bearish at the moment. We can see we're breaking and closing below lower lows over here, making new lows and respecting previous lower high structures. So if we look at Aussie dollar, US dollar, we can see a very simple downtrending structure. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and that continues. Okay, we've currently broken and closed below the previous lower low structure. So all I'm waiting for now, price push back to this key level. We flip to our 1 hour time frame and we wait for that rejection to show that price is going to indeed push down and create that new lower low, continuing this downtrend. So what I look for at this key level is evidence that price is pushing back into this key level and then rejecting that key level and pushing down. So one key thing I really want to see at this key level is strong wick rejections. So I'm not going to enter this trade yet until I see price really push back, create some wick rejections, and then we see that momentum shift, creating that rejection. Okay, but this is looking very nice. Aussie dollar looking pretty bearish. and we can see US dollar is pushing bullish as well. If we have a quick look at the dollar strength, we can see we've broken and closed above this level over here. And now we are pushing bullish, similar to this Aussie dollar US dollar structure, just in reverse. Okay, so looking very nice on Aussie dollar US dollar. We got Aussie dollar weakness, US dollar strength. You can also see broken close below this key level over here, and we're pushing bearish. Okay, New Zealand dollar US dollar is a very similar setup. You can see created a new lower low over here as we've broken and closed below this structure. Now we need to wait for that rejection. Again, look for those wicks. And another thing to note is I'm not too concerned about all this noise over here on the 1H, okay? Because the 4H is my structural time frame, okay? So I'm not going to, change where these levels are on the 1H because I'm using the 4H to find the structure. So whatever time frame you're using to find the structure, stick with it. So yeah, that's looking nice as well with New Zealand dollar weakness. Okay, Aussie dollar, Japanese yen. We saw the Japanese yen push very bullish yesterday, and we can see we have created this new higher high structure. We're pushing up into this key level over here, but if we see price push back to here, create that higher low and that rejection, I'm very happy to go long to take a buy back up to these key levels, okay, to maybe see Japanese yen continued weakness, okay, but we need to see price push back here and create that rejection, okay. New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen is a very similar story. We can see we've broken and closed above this key structure over here. We're pushing into this level over here, but if we see price reject and create that new higher low structure, I'm very happy to take some buys off of this level. Okay. Aussie dollar, Swiss franc. We saw Swiss franc push very bullish at the end of yesterday, and pushed the Aussie dollar down to below these key levels. So we've created a lower low structure right here. Now we're pushing back, potentially create that rejection over there. Okay, so that's looking very nice. Also, take note, pushing back down to these lows. So this could be, potential targets to look at if we were to enter short somewhere over here. Okay, so we could look at taking a sell all the way down to these key levels, just riding this bearish downtrend. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, exact same setup. We're just creating a lower low. So if we push back to this previous lower low structure, create that rejection, flip to the 1H so it's a bit more clear. So I want to see price push back here, create this rejection before continuing bearish. Okay. Key is to wait for that momentum shift and that rejection. Okay. Because that is essentially what shows us the exhaustion phase is over, which in a downtrend is the creation of a lower high. So push, created that lower high, rejection, see that new push phase. Okay. GBP AUD, as I mentioned before, we are just creating higher highs. So hopefully we can see this push bullish continuing and see the Aussie dollar weaken as we go along. GBP NZD is a very similar structure. We'll flip to the line chart to make it a bit more clear, but you can see we have price pushing up, higher high. We actually create a bit of a double bottom over here. And now we've just pushed up, created a new little higher high. So we'll see if we can push bullish from here. 1H not looking very clean, pardon me, but it's still there. And the structure is still there. So it ain't looking too bad. Okay. I think the key thing we can see from all of these first few pairs I've mentioned is Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar weakness. Okay. GBP, JPY, again, Japanese yen weakness, created this massive new high. I guess we could look at buys off of this key level. Not a terrible idea, but I suspect in the process of us pushing back to this level, we will probably be creating some sort of trend. And when that happens, we can't be taking buys. If you're, like I mentioned before, whatever time frame you're using to identify, the bias or the structure of the market, if, the bias or the structures of the market is not in your direction, you can't be taking those trades. Okay. So you need to see this sort of flip from bearish to bullish before you look at buys. In any case, you should be taking sells probably if price is pushing down here. Okay. Or you shouldn't, but up to you.
Interested in seeing our trades live as they happen? By joining the A1 Trading Discord, you'll get a notification every time one of our traders enters a position. Each trade we share comes with an entry price, a stop loss, and most importantly, a full breakdown of why the trade was taken. Learn alongside our experienced traders, join our active chat room, and ask your questions in our coaching webinars. Between our team of active traders, we trade forex pairs, commodities like gold and oil, crypto, and stocks. By joining the group, you'll be able to keep up with all of it. Sign up today using the link in the description, and don't forget to use our promo code listed below for a special subscriber discount. Thanks for watching, and see you inside.